Brought to you in part by Monadnock Flooring and Decorating, offering quality sales, service, and installation for over 35 years on Production Avenue next to Subaru of Keene. Woo! Hey everybody, welcome to Kids in the Kitchen. We're playing with an onion here. Hey, what's going on, big guy?
Nothing much.
No, just playing catch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just what we're doing in the kitchen. Let's see if we could do that with like something breakable.
Okay.
Okay. That's what's great about having just kids in the kitchen, I guess. Hey, this is Clayton. I'm Luca. You know me already. But Clayton loves food, right, buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah, you cook at home a lot?
Yep. Love to cook, love to eat.
Yeah, no. I do it. I like that too, but in the opposite order. I love to eat. I had to cook because no one could cook enough food to fill this. So today we're making two fish dishes because you said you like seafood, you like fish.
Yeah.
And they both have salsas. It's kind of springtime in Keene. And one of the coolest things that we want to do is you have a hot fish, but you kind of put it with a salsa. And one of them is a salmon. We'll pan-sear salmon. We're going to make a glaze for it. We're going to do a strawberry mint and balsamic salsa, which is out of this world. And the other one is going to be a whitefish. You could do swordfish. You could do any type of whitefish. We're using basa or swai. You can find us at the supermarket. And we're going to be doing that with a version of Romesco. Have you ever heard of a Romesco sauce?
No.
Okay, Romesco sauce generally is tomatoes and peppers pureed together with a little bit of spice, with a little bit of cream. It's a hot sauce, but it's a puree. We're going to make it like a salsa using olives, almonds, tomatoes, pepperoncini. It's really going to be a lot of fun. So those are the two dishes we're going to do. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm ready. So let's get cooking because we're the kids in the kitchen. Hey everybody, welcome back to Kids in the Kitchen. I have no idea where we are. Welcome back to Kids in the Kitchen, and this is Clayton. Everybody,
Hi.
Big round of applause for Clayton, everyone. That meant you guys, yes. You got like you have an entourage, buddy.
Yeah.
Every one of these people are here for you today.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh, they're here for me. No, I'm kidding. They're here for you. All right, so this is what we're going to make. We're going to make our fish dishes, right? Mm-hmm. You're going to help me out with the salsa. So what I need to do first with one of these bowls, we're going to leave the bowl here for now. We're going to cut up strawberries, mint. We're going to add some lime juice and red onions. Okay. All right, while you're doing that, I'm going to start on the salmon. So basically, small dice on the strawberry. I'll show you real quick what I want you to do on that. And you grab a strawberry as well. We have a lot of stuff in the way here. Let's move some of this out of the way so they get a good camera shot. So cutting off the top, you want to cut it in half and just kind of do a couple of slices, right?
Okay.
And then do a small dice of the strawberry. Sounds good?
All right.
Take your time. Oh, more important, put the knife down for a second. Look over to Mom and Dad. Mom and Dad, repeat after me.
Repeat after me.
Mom and Dad.
Mom and Dad.
I love you both.
I love you both.
I think you're amazing.
I think you're amazing.
And I owe you $1 million after I become famous.
And I owe you $1 million after I become famous.
Ah, you got that right. It's on TV, just so you know. However, today I'll be using a knife.
Today I will be using a knife.
With Luca.
With Luca.
If I cut myself,
it's
my own fault.
It's my own fault.
And don't blame Luca.
And don't blame Luca.
Because he's really cool.
Because he's really cool.
Got that too. There you go. Anyway, come on back. Now we're good. Let's go. I'm running out of stuff to come up with for that. He's going to cut the strawberries, and hopefully that's about it. Here, I'll finish this one right here. Just as a cool story, do you want to know something?
Sure.
I once cut myself on an episode of one of my shows.
Ow.
So the show starts, right? We do the first round of the show, and I start chopping away, not even thinking. I'm chopping, and bam, I put a big cut in my finger. So I grab a towel, I put it around my finger, I'm like this. Without even thinking, I just keep going. I'm talking about, and I said, all right, guys, now what we're going to do is finish cooking this. And when we come back, we'll do something else, right? I didn't know what I was talking about. And this thing was bleeding pretty bad. And I'm holding on to it. And I'm like, oh, this is not good. And it wasn't really as bad, but just because it was bleeding. And I did the whole segment like that. So here's your towel in case you do that, because
Okay.
we only take one edit. He doesn't let me do this more than once. All right, so you're cutting up the strawberries. You're making the salsa. It's going to have strawberry, mint, lime juice, balsamic, and onions. It was absolutely incredible. I'm going to start cooking the salmon over here. So the salmon's really easy. You could do this on a grill outside, or you could do it inside in a pan like we're doing right now. This is a wonderful summer version concept for a dish because it's a salsa going with the salmon. Now, not only can it go with salmon, it can go with grilled chicken as well, but salmon just is absolutely wonderful for this. Have any salt and pepper? Yeah, let me get my salt and pepper right over here. Bring it back. All right, how you doing over there?
Good.
So, what kind of stuff do you cook at home?
Well, we cook a lot of chicken, and that's one of my favorite things to make is a chicken parm. And my friend's grandfather gave me a Italian cookbook.
Oh, nice.
And every time we have chicken parm or a pasta, we make homemade red sauce with it, which is pretty good.
Well, in case you never want to make your homemade red sauce, this is the closest thing to homemade that you could have. All right, back to the show. Dude, you're the best segue person ever. I'm just telling you. Oh my gosh, that was wonderful. I didn't even see that one coming. I was just like, opportunity went, and I answered. See, there you go. All right, so we're gonna pan-sear the salmon while you're making the salsa. Do you want me to get rid of this knife for you?
Sure.
Okay, only because you want me to. I'll get rid of that. And then I'll use it because I like this knife. I like the cool handle. These are my new knives. The Mercer people gave them to me. Look at that. That's such a beautiful knife. It's so light and it's really, really interesting. You have your own set of knives yet?
No, not yet.
No?
I use Mom and Dad's
Don't
still.
look at them. Look at them. You use Mom and Dad's?
Yeah.
You should get your own knife. I think that's a great idea for your birthday. When's your birthday?
July 31st.
Cool. Oh my gosh, I know exactly what Mom and Dad should get for you for your birthday. Full set of knives. Yes, you should. All right, I'm going to sear one side of the salmon. What's great about salmon, it cooks quickly. I personally like to have it cooked medium rare, a little bit undercooked. But if you like to cook it all the way through, my wife loves it cooked all the way through. You just cook it a little longer. We'll do about 2 or 3 minutes on each side. Cool part of this is actually I'm going to bring stuff back to this this mix. I'm going to take the salmon out and then I'm going to put it back in. You'll see what I'm going to do in a second. So we're cooking the salmon. He's doing the salsa. I'm going to help you out a little bit with the salsa. I'll do the onion. Is that okay with you?
Sure.
All right, perfect. While the salmon's cooking. So what got you into cooking though?
My mom and my dad, they both cook a lot.
Okay.
And I remember one of the days that I started when I was little, I imagined I was Rachel Ray, and I played with my Legos as my kitchen.
Stop. Can we rewind? Oh, you're the best, man. I love you already. So go ahead, keep going.
So yeah, I pretended that I was making things, and at the time I loved Scooby-Doo. So
Okay.
I had Scooby-Doo
Where's
figures.
this going? Okay,
and
go
I
ahead.
pretended to cook them. Yeah, it was
Whoa.
pretty weird.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You're the best. So you were Rachel Ray cooking Fred and Wilma and Scooby.
Yep.
Okay. Just in case there's a lifelong, going to psychiatrists, make sure you play this back for them and tell them what your parents let you do when you were younger, okay? All right. Hey, Scooby, time for dinner. Ruh-roh. All right. All right, we're going to take the salmon out, cook to about a medium rare, because I'm actually going to cook it more with a little bit of glaze. So now who's your favorite guy on TV cooking?
You.
Man, you're awesome. Why is that? No, stop. Let's stop with all this. This is nonsense. Let's have some fun with this. Where are you? Strawberries. Onions. Okay, cut up some mint. After that strawberry, that's perfect.
All right.
And then we're going to add some mint to that. You keep going really far away from me. Come closer, because that camera in the middle needs both of us closer. All right? So we got that. I'm going to make a glaze for this. Now watch this. This is pretty cool. I'm going to take, You ever make a slurry before? Huh? No. Okay, so a slurry is a thickening agent that allows you to thicken any type of dish. And that's vegetable stock and cornstarch, right? We're going to take those two together. He is so good. He is watching me. He looks at, he looks at the audience. I mean, he plays them up. He's like, hey, how you doing? And he's not even, look at, and Rachel Ray taught you well, my friend. That's all I got to tell you. You did it. You're doing a great job.
Thanks.
So we're going to make a little slurry, and that's cornstarch and the vegetable stock, but I'll get the cornstarch in there first. So is this something you want to do when you get older, too? Is it, you want to be doing more cooking?
I want to be a chef in my own restaurant.
You know, I know of a place that by the time you're ready, someone will be retiring. Hint, mom and dad, just so you know. I'm ready to retire. Well, now I'm ready to retire. But you know, when I'm ready, you know, you could always do that, take over from me. How's that sound?
Good.
Yeah, I heard that's a nice place in town, too.
Yeah.
You heard that also, or you know that?
No, yeah, I know that. Heard that.
The coolest part is this is fun because watching Clay actually cut things and work on them. This is the way my staff works. I mean, they know how to use a knife, and that's really one of the most important things. If you start the kids early enough, they'll start learning knife skills and being able to take that and take it to the next level. And once they have the knife skills, they can cook just about anything. It's something that you could get them cooking for you on a full-time basis, and they really love it. Even throws out his own stuff. This is too cool. All right, so I have my shallots in my pan. I'm going to add in there my jelly. I'm making a glaze for the salmon, right? So I have jelly, shallots, little sweet and tangy kind of feel to it. We're going to let that cook down just a little bit because we want to glaze the jelly. This is a strawberry jelly. We want to make that a glaze. So to make it a glaze, we take the vegetable stock with our flour, and we make basically what I said was a slurry. Try and break it all down. So how we doing?
Good for a minute.
You're looking good, buddy.
All right, more?
No, that's perfect.
All right.
And what's great about this dish, you can put as much or as little as you want into it. And watch this slurry is going to give us a nice thick glaze for here. So we have the strawberry, the vegetable stock, and the strawberry. Now we're going to put our salmon back in, and that's going to glaze our fish, right? So we're going to just take that fish, we're going to pop it in the oven. We're going to keep it in there for about 10 minutes on about 350 degrees till it glazes well on the salmon. So we have that done. In our salsa, the only other things we need to add, a little balsamic, salt and pepper, and you're going to squeeze the juice of a lime in there. Right. This salsa is great to be made like a couple hours in advance, so it kind of all comes together. And you're going to get that sweet, you're going to get that tart. Did I say lemon?
Uh-oh.
I thought it was me. The green lemons. Okay. That's what I meant. The green lemons. We're going to squeeze. Oh, how does Rachel Ray do it? You remember what she does? Does she roll it and then squeeze it this way? So I got to tell you something really cool. I was watching Rachel Ray like in the early 2000s, right? When this is the first time I got to see her. And she's the one who taught me how to squeeze this way. Squeeze it this way so it doesn't get. But the problem is I cut myself so often. Yeah, that hurt like crazy. But yeah, this way you don't get any pits in there, right? So we have our lime juice in there. You're going to squeeze that one. We are both big fans of Rachel Ray then. I like what we have in common, bro. This is so cool. When we come back, we'll put this together with our salmon. We'll start our whitefish. We'll start our next salsa, which is pretty complicated. A lot of different stuff involved. We'll do a little cleanup and we'll come right back, right, buddy? Right. Keep squeezing away. Don't go away. Hey everybody, we're back. Clayton and I are making two different fish with salsas, right? We have our salmon working. You made our, check this out. I'll get it and we'll show everybody. You made our strawberry, mint, and balsamic salsa. Look how cool that is. You got those nice flavors all together. And when I have salmon in the oven that I glaze with the strawberry glaze, we'll plate that all together near the end. But now we're going to do our whitefish. Now you could do any type of whitefish with this. These are Costa Viltrano olives. Do you like olives? Try one.
Okay.
Really good. Aren't they good?
Yeah.
They're a little bit salty, briny, but they have kind of this bright flavor. And I don't know if your dad drinks martinis, but those are great in martinis. No? No, he doesn't. Okay. Anybody know? Have you making martinis when you're working, when you have your own restaurant? Use those in the martinis. I love them.
Oh.
I know where you could get them too that way. In the martini, I mean. You know, the restaurant you're going to buy when you get older.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We're going to have our whitefish here. Now, what I did, what we did off air is I actually took some paper towels and I patted it dry. Because anytime you cook a protein, you want to pat it dry so that way when the flour sticks to it or it sears in a pan, you get this nice caramelization, right?
Yeah.
And Rachel Ray says caramelization all the time. I asked my daughter when I was younger, when she was younger, like, and it was on this show, I said, who's your favorite chef, Bella? She goes, Rachel Ray. And I was like, who's your favorite chef, Bella? I tried. It took 3 chances, and she got it right. You want me to say you, right, Dad? I was like, yes. But she is definitely one of my favorites, and it's pretty inspiring. What's cool about the Food Network is that they inspire kids your age. I mean, when did you start watching? 2? 1?
3.
Just out of the womb? 3, really?
Yeah.
You started watching when you were 3, and that's when you did this. That's when you cooked up Scooby.
Oh, yeah.
And Shaggy. Did you have that Scrappy? Did you cook up Scrappy?
No.
He's much more tender than Scooby is. Baby Doug. All right, whoa, just went in a whole different world. Although he was plastic at the time, right?
Yep.
All right, do you still have those toys?
No.
No? I didn't think so. They took everything away from you, even the fake stove, right?
Yeah.
There you go. All right, so you're going to cook up, well, actually, you're going to make my salsa for me. Your knife skills are amazing. Keep going that way because it really makes a difference. Your knife skills are going to take you places, all right?
Okay.
Cool. So what I'm going to have you do is make our salsa for this. And this is a take on Romesco sauce. We talked about it at the beginning of the show where you take tomatoes and peppers, you roast them together, you puree them, put, of course, garlic and all that kind of stuff. And then we add some cream and then almonds that kind of gives a little texture. And so it's a little bit spicy, creamy, rich. It's a great sauce, great winter sauce. But we kind of transformed it into this kind of salsa. We call it salsa romesco. I kind of made it up, and it doesn't matter. You know, no one's going to ever. Maybe I'll put it in my book. Thank you, which might come out soon. You'll see. Anyway, so you're going to cut up the olives. Now, what I want to do is, you can pick any way you want to cut them up. You want to cut them up round, or you want to cut them up in pieces. You can. I'm going to toast these. You're going to have the capers, olives, the pepperoncini. We have a little pepperoncini paste, depending on how hot you want to make it, and some smoked spicy paprika. Okay? And then we're going to add some tomatoes to that, a little lemon juice, some fresh cilantro. All right? So you start cutting up the olives. I'll start making the fish. Once again, what's great about these dishes is the fish part is really just salt, pepper, flavoring, kind of keeping it simple. Let's see, do I have Moroccan spice over here? Barbecue. Hey, Tyler, I got any Moroccan spice blend over there? In my cabinet over here. All right. I love having that extra help right here. It's probably not. Oh, look, it's right here. Moroccan tagine blend. What's the name on there?
Luca.
That's it. Well, I have a Moroccan tagine blend, which will go wonderful with what you're doing right here. Kind of has that Morocco and Spain. They share a lot of the same flavors because there were a lot of, whether conquest from Morocco, conquest from Spain, this kind of molding of flavors. And there was a lot of that, and you'll see a lot of the same flavors and textures in both countries. So I'm going to use a little bit of Moroccan spice blend, which has cumin, coriander, a little bit of chili powder on there. I'm going to use a little bit salt and pepper because there's none in there. And that's how I'm going to use that to season. I'm going to also season my flour with that. So that makes the fish even better. Like I said, with this fish, you could use any type of white fish you want. I love the bassa. It's tender. I almost think of it like chicken. It could take all those flavors that you give it and just be the palate for it while you're painting food all over it. So do you eat a lot of fish? You said you make a lot of chicken. You do eat a lot of fish.
Yeah, in the summer, we go down to Rhode Island and we fish and do things there.
Are you going to bring some back for me this year?
If we don't eat it.
What do you mean if you don't eat it? Just bring me back one. What do you usually fish? What kind of fish do you get?
Sea bass, flounder, grouper sometimes.
Any one of those will go great with this. Yeah. except for the sea bass. That should go to me. That's not a... No? Did he just go, oh, yeah, right. All right, so I've seasoned my fish on both sides. A little flour. Flour is going to help just create a nice little crust to keep it nice and tender inside. The thing about a fish like the swai or the basa, it really is pretty forgiving. You're not going to overcook it. It'll just keep getting tender. Just recently I did a show where we did tacos, fish tacos with this fish. It's got enough meat and just meatiness into that flaky fish to really do well in a fish taco, whether seared or grilled. So you absolutely love it. So we got our olives going in there. I'm going to actually help you cut up some of your tomatoes too, all right?
All right.
So do you make your own sauce at home sometimes? Like a marinara sauce or anything like that? You said you have that recipe from that book, right?
Yeah.
Right. And you use what kind of tomatoes do you generally use?
Crushed tomatoes.
Like the canned crushed?
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, I mean, because, you know, if you go throughout the year, you're not always going to find great tomatoes. But I'm going to teach you something. What I like to do, with most salsas, I like to get away from this pulp of the tomato. Right? It makes it a little too wet. So I'll cut them out, and I'll just use the outside of like Roma tomatoes when I have Romas or even big tomatoes. But instead of throwing this away, which a lot of people end up doing if they do this type of cooking, one of the things that you'll want to always do is find uses for everything. I mean, in a French kitchen or French or Italian run kitchen, nothing gets thrown away. It all gets utilized somehow. So if you took these tomato pieces and let's say you know you were making a sauce coming up and any of your salsas, like let's say if you just wanted to make a bruschetta topping or tomato salsa, you take this, he even has that twirl down. That's the coolest thing. He gets napkins like you wouldn't believe. You take the inside, you freeze them, right? And then you use them when you make your marinara sauce. Because it's just going to give you more body to the sauce, and once you either pass it or puree it, it works out just fine. You're going to start, well, he's like, you're going too slow, Luca, hurry up. All right, so we're just going to, what we're doing first is we're julienning our tomatoes. That means cutting long strips. And then from there, we're going to cut a small dice or a brunoise of the tomato, and we're going to just keep doing it that way. So it's really important to, and I keep going back to how amazing his knife skills are because it's just about practice and watching out for your fingers. Have you cut yourself yet?
Yeah.
No, not today.
Not today, but yes.
Not today. Don't say today. All right. I'll get some tomatoes. So we have tomatoes and olives in there right now. We're also going to put in our peppers, which are our pepperoncini. I'm going to throw in a little bit of capers because I love capers. And we'll add some fresh parsley to it too. Fish, when you want to see it's ready, it usually tells you when it's ready. If it's not moving in a pan or it doesn't lift up easy, it's not fully cooked on the bottom. So you want to wait and see how this one's already moving. This guy's taking its time. Just let it cook. Be patient. Like I said, it's not going to go bad. Ooh, let me get this one out because our glaze is pretty much set on there. Ooh, that's pretty. Like that?
Yeah.
Thought so. There you go. That's for you.
Right.
All right, we got that doing. Oh, you want to chop up those pepperoncini for me, buddy?
Sure.
All right. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're finishing off the fish. He's finishing off the pepperoncini in there, and I'm going to be toasting the almonds here. Now, when you toast almonds or any type of high protein or high fat nut like this, slivered almonds, what you want to do is in a hot pan, you want to make sure, yeah, you got the heat on medium. Hot pan, nothing in it. Their natural oils are going to allow it to toast, but do not walk away from this. This is not something you go pop in the pan, go away. Because there's this fine line between toasted and toasted. Like you're not ever using them again. And that you don't want to be there. So you just want to keep on top of them, flip them from time to time, watch them, and that's the way to go. So I'm going to watch these. He's going to finish cutting and put our salsa together. When we come back, we're going to put both of our fish together. And we'll have some more Rachel Ray stories. You never know. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Kids in the Kitchen. Who's with me? But?
Clayton.
Yeah, Clayton. Yeah, there we go, bud. Hey, we started this whole thing by playing catch with an onion.
Yeah.
Now look at that. Now we're done. All right. So what I need you to do is finish up your salsa, your Romesco salsa. You got to have a couple ingredients. He's going to put some lemon juice, vinegar, the cilantro, oil, toasted almonds. You get to that. This is our salsa, our strawberry salsa over our glazed salmon. Dude, this is amazing. I mean, it's summer, springtime, all in one. And when you get strawberries in season, that's the best time to do this salsa because they're still warm and perfect. I have a little bit of balsamic glaze to kind of go over this, kind of drizzle over the top, a little more balsamic. And then our whitefish got cooked down. I added a little bit of white wine and lemon juice near the end. And look at that, I got it.
Okay.
All right, cool. Bet you can't do this at home, ready? You try to do that at home, see what happens. Oh boy, she didn't look like she was smiling just now, that's all I'm saying. All right, so, yeah, that's all right. I have a cleaning crew that comes in. All right, did you put vinegar in yet?
Nope.
Nope? How about I do that while you're doing that?
Okay.
Little bit of vinegar. So we got a little bit of acidic flavor to it. We got the pepperoncini that we're in brine. We have the brined olives, so it's like pow, pow, pow. And it kind of just goes really well with this whitefish. And he's going to put some toasted almonds in there, and they're going to put that over the top. Well, let's taste this real quick. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I did a show just recently where it was so down to the wire, I almost didn't get my stuff done. So I'm just waiting on you. I told you at one point I was just going to stand around waiting for him, right? Because he's doing everything. What's he doing now?
Over the top?
Yeah. What is she talking about? She's getting coached from the audience. How cool is this? She's like, put it over that. Quick. It's on the floor. Oh, the olive oil. We forgot the olive oil. That's what she's telling us. You know how you fix that? You never make a mistake. You like to drizzle at the end because olive oil drizzled at the end looks classy. High five you. You know how to do this. Oh, man. Where was your hand just now? That's awesome. Which one are you tasting first?
Salmon.
Salmon. All right, bud. You do that. Thanks for being on the show. Really appreciate it. I had a blast. This was a lot of fun. I'm going to try your salsa. And, you know, if you get a chance to cook with your kids in the kitchen, do it. If you get a chance to cook right here with this guy, definitely do it. We'll see you next time on Kids in the Kitchen. Cheers, bud. Brought to you in part by Monadnock Flooring and Decorating, offering quality sales, service, and installation for over 35 years on Production Avenue next to Subaru of Keene.